The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
Are you guys half as pumped as I am about this one? You might be by the end of this video. American acquisition opportunity. Heard of that? Right away I was like, all right, America boys. We're gonna get some America up in here. All right, ticker AMAO, type it in, America acquisition. Where's the commons? They're sitting at $9.90. They're literally paying you to hold them right now. There's zero risk in this. All right, what are we doing? There's something called upcycling. Have you heard that? You're recycling. What about something called upcycling? What's the difference? Well, the difference here is you're taking something that isn't recyclable per se, maybe something that's even bad for the environment, let's call it, okay? And what we're able to do, like maybe a coal plant, we're able to take that coal plant and the bad part of it, the part that shoots the black smoke out, and maybe make it cleaner, okay? We can take tires, rubber tires that been just sit out in sea or sit in landfills, and instead of just letting them rot because they don't decompose, we can repurpose them and make them into things like rubber bark. Have you heard of that? Maybe the Miss Smiths out there, you might have been talking to your friend, like, we got rubber bark because real bark just fades and looks gross. Ours smells like tires now, okay? Stuff like that. It's kind of a cool thing. So think green, ESG, upcycling companies controlled or owning the natural resources used in supporting and creating a resilient and critical domestic supply chain, including transportation, green infrastructure, and sustainable logistics is what they said. Right away, I'm like, all right, I'm interested. We got America, we got ESG, let's keep going. Just wait. So the dudes running this thing already have a successful company basically doing what their target is on this, okay? So it's super cool. And I was already, when I was looking up that company, I was like, I want to invest in this one. But I'm holding back, okay? I'm holding back on it because I just put the money in this one instead, but just wait. So upcycling something bad for the earth, recycling, make it good for the earth. Both dudes working here at Next Generation, the company is called. You might have heard of it. A socially responsible supplier of raw materials to the new infrastructure market that makes products and produces the go-to steel alloys metals used in critical element field to supply global development of socioeconomic progress. So metals, okay? They can get steel and recycle it where other people can't. Look at this. They're also talking about water, plastics, bioplastics, electronic vehicle guts, LCD screens, UV cut glass, fuel additives, hybrid batteries, so we can even go there, electric motors. You need neodymium, remember the MP minerals. You need neodymium for the HID headlights. Did you know that? And for the glass, the real glass, okay? We could even go that route. So here's more on that company that they're running, American Acquisition. Here it is, right here. Talking about American metals, used steel. So they can, you ever heard of the tanker gang, right? The guys who invest in like the oil tankers. Well, their play on it is they'll like use a ship for 20 years or 13 years until it's rotting. What do? They recycle the ship. Who do they sell to? Companies like this. So they'll buy that big old hunk of steel. Like, what are you gonna do with it? Just put it in a hopper and it comes out something else? Yeah, they figured out. American rare earth metals, right? Like MP minerals, sweet. American carbon, so they capture carbon from mining, keep mining clean. Here's what they're doing with this. The American Resource Corporation, the company that's already on the stock market, right? They're on it. They do stuff like this. McCoy Elkhorn secures coal processing and transloading agreement. So they're helping process the coal. Keeping a coal mining and wayward surface mine clean. More mining, surface mining. You get it? You see what we're looking at here? All right. How about metallurgical complexes in West Virginia? Got some metal stuff going on there? Okay, heck yeah. Read this. American Resource Act acquires exclusive rights to Purdue University's rare earth element innovations, critical for clean energy technology. So, Purdue, if you don't know, is a very high prestigious university in America, right? Purdue trusts these guys to take over all their clean energy sources and technologies to figure out how to use them in the environment and for their business. This is absolutely massive. Again, this is the ticker they already have. This is just showing you things that they've accomplished. Recycling permanent magnets, neodymium, lithium ion batteries, coal byproducts. You get it? If Purdue trusts these guys, I was like, I'm buying more, right? When I saw that. Here's more information. Feedstock. Okay. We also have bioplastics. Remember, the bioplastic stocks usually do pretty well, right? The one that just switched ticker, I think today, Origin, it didn't do very well after ticker change. You know, I think it's just kind of a timing thing. I'm sure it will do good eventually, but they have no money, revenue. I think people didn't really like that too much, but regardless, I'm fine in that one. I think it's gonna be totally fine. It's the future, right? But look at all this. Here's one of the coal plants they're working on, carbon processing logistics. This is all them. Look at all this crazy stuff, dude. It's nuts. So here's this ticker that they already have, right? It was like $1.80, right? This thing went all the way to like $7.60 in the last year. Right now it's at $2.68, so it's about 60% off. You know, but just look at the price action on this. So what does this tell me? This tells me that once these people that are in this ticker, AREC, American Resources Corp, find out about these guys and their LOI, and they're like, oh, those are the dudes who do the AREC. I'm jumping in that one too. So we can get the synergy play from these guys moving their money over to them, which is really rad. Which means all that money will come over. Not bad. Not bad. Look at this. I don't know if I've ever seen this. They have literally, this is the SPAC only.
Hi, this is Kurt Taylor with American Acquisition Opportunity with our chairman, Mark Jensen.
Look at this. They have a YouTube channel where they just talk about what they're doing. This is just for the SPAC. I don't know if I've ever seen this. I mean, we've seen SPAC heads get interviewed by MSNBC or whatever, CNBC, but not like this. So these guys are transparent. You can get to know them. Come watch this video. All right? They're doing this too. They have a whole nother business that they're running. These guys are like the go-to for changing bad stuff to good stuff. All right? You can take a Bill Gates juice farm, total Monsanto GMO plant, right? Pesticides, all that. And what they're doing here is they're showing they can even take parks, or they even have like downtowns. I don't remember where exactly they are, like one in Kentucky, Virginia, I think a couple others. Anyways, they're taking these places that might have been like a coal mine or a nasty farm or whatever it is, man, and they're converting it to like a hipster haven. It's kind of cool. They're even doing vertical farming stuff. Do you see this? This is also greenhouse stuff. So taking something that's kind of bad, turning it into kind of something good. What's wrong with that, man? I don't think anything. Look what else they're doing, dude. So, SG blocks. Y'all might have seen my videos on SG blocks. Basically, it's metal containers that they take shipping containers and they turn them into rad houses. They got something like that they're doing called EcoSkin, Eco Solution. They're showing the current option, and they're showing some beat down mobile homes, okay? We've all seen mobile home parks where you got some beat down ones. But their solution is, dude, let's make them pretty and let's make them be able to withstand anything, the elements. Look at this. So instead of having the beat down ones, because remember, these mobile homes, I don't know if y'all have ever looked into it, but they're like, dude, they're like 100 grand, 120 grand. Just when I've looked into them before, right? 100, 120 grand. But you can get these SG blocks, I remember, for like, I think like 50 grand or something decked out. And it's a lot more solid of a metal on the outside. I'd much rather have the SG block solution, but look how dope they're making these. Who wouldn't want to live in one of these? I want one of these as a lake cabin, man. So anyways, we could get the SG blocks thing in here. Look, this is not a rendering, this is real. All right. Pop-up houses. Basically what you got here. They're showing the landscaping you can have in front. That's awesome. Then they're doing this. Look at this. This is one of the machines that they have that recycles rubber, right? You got coal. Okay, here's something that's kind of funny. They had a coal plant, and this dude ended up making a craft spirits place. So it's like a craft beer joint, but it's like craft whiskey or who knows, whatever, their vodka or whatever. But this dude transformed an old coal mine, an old industrial place, into like a place to come and hang out. Hipster haven, right? Like something like that is cool. You know, bees harvesting garlic, and they're even showing entrepreneurial zones and dead buildings that are just sitting there. You get it, you get in the vibe. I have endless information here. You can come read more and more. There was an elementary school that was shut down. They're going to repurpose it into an AG tech center. Just stuff like that. Get it? The regional focus, they're looking at kind of beat down areas in the United States, kind of Midwest, where there's high poverty rates, probably get stuff pretty cheap. Cool. Are you not sold yet? If you're not, this should. You're also going to get Master P's creamy chicken gumbo, premium ramen noodles. Y'all ever had that? You don't get that. We were talking about the SPACs that Master P was in. He's actually not in the SPAC anymore, the Reebok one. I don't even think he was ever in that one, just to clarify. Moving on. Can anyone name a warrant that LOI'd and didn't hit $1? We're talking about SPACs. Have you ever, or can you even think of a warrant that didn't at least hit $1 at one point after LOI? I can't. Not even the bad ones, okay? Not even the ones that are like, you can't even figure out what's going on. There'll still be like 30 Reddit posts about it. People are like, well, let's make it run. And they'll still get to like close to $1, right? Okay, so what am I getting at? This whole thing I'm telling you about here, 59 cents, 59.5 cents, 59.1 cent is what the ask is on this. Yeah. I think they're going to get at least a decent target. I think the target's going to be at least pretty cool. It's going to be ESG, so we get the ESG greeny folk, fine. It's going to be America. Those alone right there, I'm thinking at least $1 for the warrant. Minimum. Even if it's a bad green target like Soak or whatever, dude, those hit like 220, right, or more, and they have literally nothing, and it's totally bad for the environment. These guys have a total track record of it all. I don't know. Can you calculate what 60 cents is on up to $1? If you can't, I did it for you. That is a terrible, and I mean terrible, gain of only 66.67%. Do you think you live with that? I mean, really think about this. How hard am I making this for you guys, man? You got an America play, green. Dudes are cool. They're transparent. Their website's awesome. They have it all right in front of you. And you can get it for 60 cents. The lowest LOI I've ever seen is over $1 for a warrant. What's your risk on this? Well, it's been all the way down to 45 cents before when stuff was really bad in the market or whatever you want to call it. So it could go back down there if we get another crash. But after LOI, how are you not going to make money on this? Your risk reward is nuts. If you can't handle any risk, buy the commons. They're literally riskless right now. It might even be paying you to hold them. I absolutely love this play. If you haven't commented, liked this video, even subscribed, please do. It definitely helps out. We also have a Patreon where we slide into these deals before we even get the videos out. You know, we're all for helping out the community, but dude, the due diligence it takes is not just coming from me. We've got a whole crew that is ruthless, right? We're in there 24/7 spitting out. Basically, this whole video was spit out last night with probably 5 more that I'm still working on. It's absolutely crazy in there, but guess what? We multiply. Like no one else. Join us.
Whoa, check out this new coin I made. If you want to buy one just like this, just head to the website and click Buy Silver. Please friend us on Twitter and StockTwits.